stealing it.
Well, it's for the intro.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure, let's talk about that.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Sabbath School Short. My name is Andrew, and this week we're looking at lesson number 8, titled Covenant Law. Get it? Because I was breaking the law. Yeah, you get it. This week's memory text is found in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 9, and it says this: Know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments. We're going to be diving into this idea of the law as we kind of skim over these main ideas that are found within the lesson. And so, as you journey along with us, grab your lesson, click on that link, pull it up with us, and as you're looking along with us, just want to remind you that we're looking at Monday's lesson, Wednesday's lesson, and Thursday's lesson. These are kind of the 3 lessons we're going to be kind of glancing through this week to kind of pick out those main ideas. So let's start in Monday's lesson, which is titled Ties That Bind. Think about that lesson title as you see this video. What a beautiful sky, am I right? You know what? I didn't get enough of that. Let me put it up again. Look at that. Just gorgeous, beautiful sky. You know, it wouldn't be that beautiful if gravity somehow disappeared. That's right. Gravity is a law, and gravity is needed. Otherwise, all of our oxygen, everything on this planet would go to ruin, and gravity is essential. Gravity is also a law. Gravity is essential because it keeps us healthy, it keeps us safe, bound to this planet, not floating up everywhere we want it to go, right? Gravity exists as a law so that we can remain safe. And it's the same way in the law of God, that God's law is there to preserve and to make sure that our relationship with him stays healthy. I mean, when you look at the law, it's literally just that inscription of his character, and it teaches us how we can love God and how we can love others better. So the law of God is merely just a way that we can keep our relationship with God healthy, and a way that we can keep our relationships with others healthy as well. So jumping over to Wednesday's lesson, which is titled The Stability of God's Law. Think about the stability of God's law as we watch this video. Now hold on a second. The stability of God's law, the stock market. Look at this. Look at this again. Look at this stock market. Let me help you out where my mind is kind of going. The stock market, it fluctuates a lot. It changes a lot. It's not actually really stable, is it? And we're kind of showing you this to show the opposite side, right? Where something's not stable, we can't depend on it. We can't put everything in it, right? If something fluctuates like this over and over, we can't completely depend upon it. And in the same way with the law of God, actually the opposite way with the law of God, it's something that never changes because it's his very character written out for us to understand. And because it's his very character, we know that God never changes. And so his law is dependable, and it speaks to his dependability as well. That as believers in Jesus, he wants to mold us into this character and change us into this character that is dependable and that we can stand firmly upon. So that's kind of Wednesday wrapped up in a little nutshell, and jumping over to Thursday's lesson, which is titled If ... Dun, dun, dun. Think about this title as you watch this video. If ... a greenhouse. the title doesn't really give a lot of information, so kind of let me kind of nudge you in the right direction where we're thinking here. When you think of a greenhouse, right? What does a greenhouse do? What is its purpose? What does it do? What was it created for? It was created to create a healthy atmosphere, right, in which plants were able to grow. It's literally designed so that the plants can grow in the best habitat and the best environment that they can, so they can grow to be healthy, they can grow to be stronger, they can grow quicker, and they can grow in their right environment. And in the same way, the covenant law creates this atmosphere within our lives where we can grow to the very best of our ability and where we can grow in the love of God. We can grow in God's character. And so obedience is not necessarily the thing that makes us earn, right, the right of the blessings, but rather obedience creates that greenhouse within our lives, right? It creates that safe environment. It creates that environment in which our relationship with God can flourish, in which our relationship with God can grow the most healthiest. And it creates that atmosphere where we can receive those blessings, and so that we then can go out and be a blessing to others. So that kind of wraps up this week's Sabbath School Short. To briefly recap for you, on Monday's lesson, we looked at the sky and talked about how gravity is an important law that keeps us safe. It keeps us bound to the earth. In the same way, the covenant law is there. It exists to safeguard our relationship with God so that it can be healthy and that we can grow. And in Wednesday's lesson, we talked about the dependability of God's law. We looked at the stock market, how that is not something that's dependable, but rather in the opposite, God's law is dependable because it's his very character, and God does not change. And he wishes to mold us into that character, into that law, so that our relationship with God can be dependable and it can be something that we can firmly stand upon. And then in Thursday's lesson, which was titled If ... we looked at a greenhouse and how the purpose of a greenhouse is to create a healthy environment where plants can grow in their natural habitat. And in the same way, the covenant law exists to create that safe atmosphere in which the blessings of faith can be received. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Sabbath School Short. If you could give a thumbs up for this video, subscribe to Advent Blueprint for future content. We are super excited to see you on next week's Sabbath School Short, and we'll see you then. So another sad thing that I have to tell you guys, I am leaving for these next couple of episodes that we're going to be having. I'm heading off to summer camp, and then I'm heading up to seminary in Michigan. And so when I come back, the background's going to look a little different. But fear not, we are still continuing Sabbath School Short.
Therefore, I'm going to be the new
host.
I'm the new host.
I am.
I'm going to let y'all figure this out. Nope,
I'm the new
I'm no
host.
part of this.
I am.
I'm the new host.
Me and all my personalities.
Let's
You
fight for this
can't
then.
answer that.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Let's
Okay.
fight.
Me and my army.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors.